forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Woo! President Trump live, you guys, on the Beach Report. He jettisoned to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, sing it with me, guys. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Yes, woo! And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the U.S. There he is, you guys, live in person on the Beach Report. So excited.
We'll be back in magnificent Florida.
Yeah, well, this is live, Evelyn.
November 5th, 2021, the American people reclaimed our government. We restored our sovereignty. President our God, we saved our country. They said, you were campaigning 1 year ago. I said, because it felt like I've been in this position for so long. And it's right. At that point, 1 year ago, I was actually campaigning. We did the McDonald's shot. Remember the McDonald's shot? We did the Starbucks truck shot. And actually, the McDonald's one was the biggest hit in the history of Google. Can you believe that? Number one, Robert Chuck did well, McDonald's well. I guess there was something about McDonald's that worked, and we won a tremendous election. We won all 7 swing states. We won the state of Florida. is the best 9 months, they say, of any president, and I really believe that if we can have a few more 9 months like this, you'd be very happy, you'd be very satisfied. But it's been pretty incredible. Trillions and trillions of dollars being poured back into our country, other countries and other places and people. 1 year ago, we were a dead country. Now we're a country that's considered the hottest country anywhere in the world. It's the hottest country. We're now in the hottest country. And I'm pleased to report that today the United States has the strongest economy, the strongest borders, the strongest military, the strongest friendships, and the strongest spirit of any nation anywhere. We have the greatest economy right now. People don't see that. But if you're looking for a country, they're all coming back and then some. And I think that we can honestly say, and I think it's getting more over the next 12 years, $1 trillion of new investment in the United States. So in 4 years, less than 1 trillion. That was not doing too good. In 9 months, I've secured commitments of over $18 trillion, and we'll have $21 trillion.
Yeah.
So think of that. In 4 years, less than a trillion, we'll have $21 trillion. I would say that's it's like just some places that are now under construction, they're being built. They're going to be open.
Thank you, Teddy.
Thousands of jobs, hundreds of thousands of jobs. Even building them. But when they open, that's when you're really going to see the numbers. We're building some of the biggest buildings ever built anywhere in the world. The AI buildings, they can cover, they show what displays of them. They can cover the island of Manhattan. They're so big. They literally can cover the island of Manhattan. In 9 months, we've lifted over 600,000 Americans off of food stamps, which is a record. 1.9 million more American-born workers employed today. Think of that. Almost 2 million American-born workers are employed today, more than when I took office. That's 9 months ago. Can you imagine? What elections, you got to talk about these facts. It's really easy to win elections when you talk about the facts. And we have more people working now than at any time in the history of our country, right now. We have more people working. These are things you have to talk about. It doesn't just happen. You have to tell them. It's wonderful to do them, but if people don't talk about them, then you can do not so well in elections. Wages for workers are rising at the fastest pace in over 60 years of workers. And that's what we love. $1,300. Construction workers' pay is up $2,200, and miners are up nearly $5,000 this year alone. And that's good because it's not, such an extra cost to the company. It really isn't. Somebody who's going to cost more. The fact is that they're doing such business like they've never done. You're going to start seeing numbers coming out very soon that are going to blow your mind. Under Biden, we had the worst inflation in modern history. We had an inflation that was so bad, costing the typical family about $33,000 over a period of time. Their policies sent food prices up 23. They come in, remember I first came in, I was there for 3 days, and one of the fake news members said, fake news. He said, egg prices are through the roof. I was there for 3 days. And this maniac, this lunatic person, happened to be a woman. Sir, what are you going to do about egg prices? And they'd gone up like 4 or 5 times. I said, well, that's a problem. And people weren't buying Easter eggs. I said, we're buying Easter eggs for the White House, for the egg hunt, the famous egg hunt. But within a couple of months, we got them now. We have a great Department of Agriculture headed by Brooke Rollins, and we did a great job, and we got down to the level they originally were a long time ago. Their policies sent food prices soaring 23%, the Biden policies, and it wasn't him. It was the people surrounding him around the desk. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. How the hell did that happen? Why not? How happened to rig the election?
Rigged election.
Think of the damage done. Although I must tell you that this is a much more powerful system. Gas prices surging, $5 a gallon, even higher, and mortgage rates have skyrocketed by 152%. But under the Trump administration, all of that is changing. Prices are coming down very fast, and we're bringing them back to the beautiful part where you can have, and you can truly say, we're talking about the American dream again. You didn't used to hear that term. You heard it during my 4 years, and then it disappeared, and now you're hearing it again more than ever. Because we had the most successful economy in the history of our country during my first 4 years. We got the biggest that's why we had the great economy. And now, the only difference is we're doing better this time. Actually, we're going to have a bigger, better, stronger economy.
Hey, Tina.
That was the biggest successful economy in history. Gasoline prices have plummeted to the lowest in 2 decades, and we're going to soon see $2 gasoline. Think of that, $2 a gallon. Straight down. Also Obama policies. I watched it the other day. Talking, Donald Trump is a mean person. I'm not a mean person. I just want to have a country that's great again. Is that okay? By the way, ask him how he's doing with his museum, his library. He's got hundreds and millions of dollars in cost on it. It's come to a dead halt. He built it in not a particularly good location. He's not into real estate. He doesn't know about location. But he built it in a location that's not going to be too good. But the thing has come to a dead halt. It's way over budget. It's sort of like Gavin Newsom in California. He's got a train that was supposed to go from San Francisco to Los Angeles, which is a stupid idea because an airplane is faster. I don't care how fast it goes. And there are plenty of airplanes. San Francisco, inside San Francisco to inside right LA. And what they said, oh man, this thing is, this has been going on for years. It's billions and billions of dollars over budget. So what they decided to do is cut it so that it doesn't go into San Francisco and into LA and come way short of both. And then they cut it again and again and again. Pretty soon they're going to have like 2 miles of track. Millions and billions of dollars, totally incompetent. The biggest cost overrun proportionately that I've ever seen. Many, many, many times more. And it's no longer the same. It was supposed to go into the city. Now it's way short, many miles from the city. So they're going to drop you off and you can walk the rest of the way. That train is going to want. He doesn't have what it takes. I'll tell you that. Slimy guy. He's a slimy one. Maybe that should be his nickname. Slimy Newsom, right?
Slimy Newsom, I love it.
But you look at that train, it's going to cost the Republicans have voted 14 times to fund the government. And it's time for Chuck Schumer, crying Chuck. Remember he started crying at the airplanes? They were the worst years. I've known him all his life. He's never cried. But he broke down in tears. He was so devastated. He didn't know why he was crying, but I just thought it was good to do. It was good to talk. It was a good time to cry, right? But it's time for Chuck Schumer, the radical Democrat Congress, to stop playing games with the people's lives and the vast clean funding bill that they've done 30 times before. And to reopen government immediately, just reopen it. They don't like it to be reopened because we're setting records. I think it's, actually, I don't think anything's going to hurt. We are so strong that I'm not sure that anything's going to hurt. But it would be good to open it up. Take care of the people with jobs that aren't going to get paid and aren't getting paid. And no matter what, we will not let them impose their inflation causing extremism of the American people. We're not going to pay $1.5 million for people that came into our country. Inflation Reduction Act.
Hey, Kim.
The greatest scam, one of the greatest scams, I won't say some of their environmental scams, but one of the greatest scams ever, the Inflation Reduction Act, and then they admitted it had nothing to do with inflation reduction. But it did actually cause massive inflation. It actually caused massive inflation. But we don't use auto pens in the Trump administration to sign things. You know, I get these guys come in with these big, beautiful documents, gorgeous, beautiful, must cost a fortune, I can't check the price. But, you know, general is being made or something, you know, some big post. And he says, sir, when you sign this, please, it's going to be a 4-star general, or it's going to be a big cabinet position, or it's going to be something with medical or whatever. I take my pen and I sign it. In his case, they're walking into a room and they give it to somebody who's no idea who Biden is. But Biden doesn't have any idea who he is. They have a machine sign it, the auto pen. And all of the pardons, he gave thousands of pardons to people he had no idea about it. He didn't know about it, and therefore all those pardons are void. You know, you have to have, it's a very complicated thing if you use the machine, you have to do it properly. And he didn't have any idea what was happening. And this is what we have as a president. We don't want that. You have the opposite right now. I don't want to be braggadocious. I know exactly what's happening. If you want to see what congressional Democrats wish to do to America, just look at the result of yesterday's election in New York, where their party installed a communist as the mayor.
Boo! Communist mayor, boo.
Elected to any post. We skip socialists and we put in the communists.
Right? No.
But as I've warned for many years, our opponents are hell-bent on turning America into a communist, Cuba, socialist, Venezuela, and this is what happened to those places. For generations, Miami has been a haven for those fleeing communist tyranny in South Africa. I mean, if you take a look at what's going on in parts of South Africa, look at South Africa, what's going on. Look at South America, what's going on. You know, I'm not going there. We have a G20 meeting in South Africa. South Africa shouldn't even be in the G's anymore. Because what's happening there is bad. I'm not going. I told them I'm not going. I'm not going to represent our country. It shouldn't be there. Take a look at what's happening in different parts of South America. Take a look at what's happening in different parts of the world. But now the Democrats are so extreme that Miami will soon be the refuge for those fleeing communism in New York City. New York City, but I'm trying to leave because I don't want to live in a communist regime. I hope it works out for New York. I love New York. I left New York for the White House. It was good, except we had, you know, this telltale signs of trouble because we had a guy named de Blasio.
Oh,
He
jeez.
goes down as probably the worst mayor in history. Then he went to Harvard to teach government. He took de Blasio, and they took that mayor from Chicago, the woman, the one that gets her hair done very expensive. She's got beautiful luxuriant hair. And they took her, and then she's teaching at Harvard. They're teaching government. And then you hear about Harvard. We're trying to work a settlement with Harvard right now for about like a lot of money. I won't tell you what. You'll be really going to send. Because what they've done to Jewish people and what they've done to others is pretty bad. After last night's results, the decision facing all Americans could not be more clear. We have a choice between communism and common sense. Does that make sense to you? Common sense. It's common sense or communism. And you know, you take a look back 1,000 years, it hasn't worked. If it worked, we'd be using it, I guess, but it hasn't worked. Our opponents are offering an economic nightmare. We're delivering an economic miracle. We have delivered in not economic, the biggest the funds in the country in history by many times. They want higher spending for government and illegal aliens. We want bigger paychecks for American workers and American families, and that's what we're delivering. You see that? They stand for crime and chaos and corruption. We stand for law and order and justice. Also strong borders, we have strong borders. They put America last, we put America first.
Yeah.
As long as I'm in the White House, the United States is not going communist in any way, shape, or form. We'll stop it.
Yes. Yeah, I think you're right, Jetty. It's getting a lot better now.
You know, I said they were voting on this. You could have a communist or a thug. Communist, and they took the communist. It's pretty amazing. We could have done a little better as a candidates. From day one of my administration, I've been fighting every single day to turn around the catastrophe we inherited to make America the best place on the planet Earth to do business. And that's what it is. Right now, we're the #1 place. I'm getting plans approved in 2 weeks. It used to take 20 years before they got rejected. You'd have young people start off, their whole business was getting a certain plant accepted. 22 years later, they're ready to retire, they haven't gotten it. And then they go to a vote, they get rejected after 22. They're wasting the whole life looking for an acceptance. We do it in 2 weeks. We make sure it's good, we make sure it's great, and proper, environmentally sound. It takes 2 weeks. My goal is to have the best tax rates, the lowest energy cost, the lowest regulatory burden, the most advanced technology, and the fairest trade deals anywhere in the world. You know, we're leading China, we're leading everybody up. And this was my idea, so I'm very proud of it.
Amen,
Build
Jerry.
your own electric. People would come. We need more
Thank you,
electric
Tina.
grids. Electric grid's 200 years old. We need more electric grid. It's old. The electricity that the AI plants need alone is double the entire electricity that we have in the country right now. Can you believe it? So I had this idea and said, we can't fix the old grid that much. We'll fix it up, keep it going. The band-aid here, the band-aid there. So, and I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to let these geniuses build their own electric generation. So they are building their own electric utility plants. They're becoming utility, if you think about it. They're building the utility, the electric, right alongside. This is where they have to get transformers and everything. They're building the most expensive electric plants you've ever seen. Generator plants, some by nuclear, some by oil and gas, some by coal as a substitute. They're building them right next to their plant. And they're incredible. People say they've never seen anything like it because these minds are genius. To them, an electric plant is not complicated. To them, an electric plant is better than the people that produce electricity, although Florida Power and Light is doing a lot of plants for people. They're doing it pretty advanced, I have to tell you. But they're building their own juice next to the plant. Isn't that sort of a cool idea? And you know, when I first proposed that, they came into my office with, you know, they had unlimited money, but they were trying to figure out no electric of any consequence. And they said, you're going to build your own plant. I'm going to get you your approvals in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month if I'm slow. We have a great man, Lee Zeldin, in charge of the environment. He's incredible. And he's tough, too, very tough. But they have their approval in 2-3 weeks. You know, they're dealing with the best experts in the world. They know what they're doing. It's amazing when you see some of the stuff come in, designed by guys with 190 IQs, and then you have an inspector who's not quite as smart as that, inspecting it to see whether or not it's okay. And he has no idea what he's looking at. No idea. But I said, you're designing your electric plant. And they didn't believe it. They come in 2 weeks later and they say the biggest problem is electricity. I said, you can design your own plant. And we're going to have your approvals within 2 to 4 weeks. And they said, he's really serious. They thought I was kidding. It was so good. They couldn't believe it. They'd leave it. They couldn't believe it. It took me 2 or 3 times to say it. Yeah, they're designing their own electric plants. And it's unbelievable. And then they're going to sell their excess electricity back into the grid. So we benefited that way too. In July, I proudly signed into law the largest tax cuts in American history. Now that's the second time. I did it the first time, but these are even larger. That includes no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for a great savings, no tax on beautiful young waitress come up to me. I never talk about beauty anymore because politically, if you mention somebody's beautiful, that's the end of your political career. So I don't mention that she was beautiful, but she was beautiful. I came up and I said, how do you do now, sir? I'm not doing well. The government is horrible on tips. I said, really? Don't have any tax? They text it. They tax us and they go after us. I've never said anything like it's made my life miserable. Sir, there should be no tax on tips. She said to me, no tax on tips. I said, say it again. She said, sir, there should be no tax on tips. So we had a lot of the fake news waiting for me outside of the restaurant. So I went out and I said, ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. There will be no tax on tips.
Ada, they're actually saying Miami will be the new financial hub of the U.S.
Working in a hotel. No, that's how it started. It was amazing. We won Nevada easily, which is usually not a stronghold for Republicans, but it's become a stronghold. So I want to thank the waitress. She did a great job. But when she said that in those words, sir, there should be no tax on tips. It's amazing. Somebody else could hire a consultant, pay them millions and millions of dollars. And they'll say, sir, I think we should absolutely tax tips. What's the election? But we all for all new factories, plants, so your businesses can write it off all in 1 year, and that's a lot of jobs. That was the biggest thing in the first, this is even better because this goes for a 10-year period. Upon taking office, I signed an executive order requiring that every one new regulation, every time we issue a new regulation, think of this, 10 old regulations must be eliminated simultaneously. So we give you one, get rid of 10, and so far, for 9 months, we're exceeding that, and it's 30 to 1. For every new one we give, we're getting rid of 30 old, broken down regulations.
You're lying, Ramon. I live here too. That's not true.
Regulatory burdens. We have regulations that are so old, nobody uses them, but they stymie a lot of production, a lot of jobs. And I did it the first time, and we had the largest regulation cuts in history, and now we're exceeding it this time. So it's one of the reasons we did so well then. I think it's one of the reasons we're doing so well now. Again, we have to talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, nobody else is not going to talk about it. And we have streamlined permitting for the new energy and mining projects. What used to take decades now takes 28 days. And on day one, I signed an executive order to unleash American energy and officially terminate the Green New Scam. Has anyone ever heard of the Green New Scam? Remember the old thing, global warming? And it would be too cool. And then they said global, but they didn't know what the hell to say. So they came up with a great climate change. No matter what, if it goes up, if it goes down, climate change. They're very, very smart people, but not smart for us, they're smart for them. But my policy was very simple. Drill, baby, drill. We're drilling that crazy way. The size of government for the first time in years, and we're waging total war on waste, water, and abuse, like we've never done before since January. 100,000 bureaucrats have left the federal government. Government spending is down 2.5% this quarter compared to 1 year ago. Look at that. And in stark contrast to last administration, 100% of all new jobs created in America under my administration have been created in the private sector. 100% of the jobs have come from the private sector. Otherwise, I don't have more workers, but if you have more government workers, you don't have a country, do you? At the same time, our tariffs are bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars and are helping slash the deficit by more than 50%. Do you see those numbers? We're going to be down 50%. Anywhere from 25 to 50, but closer to 50%. Who would think of that one? Those are big numbers. Now, take that out 2 or 3 years. To embrace a vital industry here in Miami, I've also signed historic executive orders to end the federal government's war on crypto. Crypto is under siege. It's not under siege anymore. It's a big industry. We have a lot of people that are great people, great business people. There are other businesses, but they're in crypto too. And it takes a lot of the pressure off the dollar. There's a lot of good things. But we're into it. Biden was vicious on crypto. They were going after these crypto guys. It was terrible. They were under indictment. But I got indicted too. I got indicted. I made a phone call. Congratulations on your victory. He made a phone call. Let's indict him. These people are the worst. And they say, he's going to have to call me. He indicted me. They impeached me. It's unbelievable. Who the hell else is going to take it? Do you guys know anybody else that's going to take it? I don't think so.
Nope.
A lot of people say, you're the only one going to take it. I don't know.
He's the only one.
We're making the United States the Bitcoin superpower, the crypto capital of the world, and the
I think you're right, Jetty.
Don't forget, if we don't do the crypto properly, China wants to do it. They're starting it. And they want to do it. Other countries want to do it. If we don't do it, it's a big industry. We're honored to be joined today by a man who's been a true champion for many of these gold policies. He really has been a great guy. There's a little lady's endorsement of the these guys. I won the election. He's a good man, actually. I've known him a long time. He's helped turn the area into one of the hottest cities in the world. Miami, Francis, Suarez.
Mayor of Miami, he's been great.
This afternoon and to have you here once again in the great city of Miami. Your leadership and your vision have shaped not only our nation, but also the future of our city. Miami's success today is rooted in the values that are deeply American: opportunity, freedom, safety, and innovation. These are values that you have championed with conviction. They are the same values that made Miami a symbol of what's possible. When people believe in the promise of America, Mr. President, I want to personally thank you for your continued support of our vision for the city. It was an honor to stand beside you in the Oval Office when you announced that next year you join right here in the city of Miami. Thank you for choosing our city to host what is perhaps the most important and consequential gathering from around the world. Miami has come a long way, and we will rise to the occasion, Mr. President. On behalf of the people of Miami, it is my privilege and honor here on behalf of my wife, American Business Forum, Nacho, Sergio, and everyone to give you.
Oh, he gives him the key to the city. Wow. President Trump's getting everything he wants these days. Look at that, key to the city. I love it.
And you know, he's really a special guy. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in the White House, and then I'm going to go to Doral.
He's so funny.
That's a great honor. I also want to thank a man who has been unbelievable in terms of Israel, so many other things. He was a great real estate developer. He had a good personality. And you need a personality for this. And I said, he's just as good as there is, and he's done so well. You look at what's happened with Israel. We have peace in the Middle East. Can you believe it? Peace in the Middle East. Now, I wanted a deal maker, but, you know, a lot of deal makers don't have good personality. You end up in a war. You make the deal, but you end up in a war. This guy, everybody loved him for years. I've known him. And he was the right guy for the job. Peace in the Middle East. 3,000 years. They've never had peace in the Middle East. We're going to have it too. We're doing well. Just keeps going along. And we just had a meeting. It's even more and more so. So many people in this room are very much into Israel and the Middle East. And it's been amazing what we've been able to do, and you've done such a big part of it. Along with a very special young genius named Jared Kushner, who helped me so much.
Yay, corrosion. Ah, there's Jared. What's map
By the
pride?
way, my granddaughter Arabella, would you stand up there?
Oh, Arabella's here. Aw. That's Ivanka's daughter. Oh, she's beautiful.
Grandpa, I have all A's and A pluses, you know that. Like it was a stupid question I asked. We're proud of you, Arabella. Jared, thank you. What a great job. We have a lot of... Yeah, we have a lot of people. We have a lot of people that are coming. You know, the key was when we took out the nuclear capability of Iran.
Oh. Well, then that needs to go.
We wanted to do it for 20 years. Saudi Arabia's ambassador to the United States. But thank you very much.
Yeah, that's terrible. Map. Disgusting.
Thank you. Stephen Miner, mayor of Miami Beach. The mayor of Coral Gables, Vince Lego. The mayor of Doral, I love Doral.
You're right, Jetty.
I like Doral. We also have commissioners Damian Bardo, Laura, David Quest, Ralph Rosado, Miami elections, Alina Garcia, the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, FIFA. Johnny and I went to the originally, and it looked like I wasn't going to be president because it was in this term. So when they rigged the election, I said, oh, I have to run again because I want to be president when they have the World Cup, right? What happens, John? The World Cup, it wasn't supposed to be that way. But I can only tell you that the tickets are selling at numbers and record like they've never sold ever before. I heard you just told me that they're doing record business, right? But we had the World Cup coming. Think of it, we have the World Cup coming, we have 250 coming, and we have the Olympics. 250 is 250 years of age. And we have UFC in the White House. It's UFC, but we have, think of it, Johnny is there with FIFA, and we have the Olympics. We have it all coming. It's almost land. I'm sort of happy the way things work out. It's turned out to be as good as it could be. I think we've made more progress than we ever could have made in a second. I think this is more progress.
Same corrosion.
Stefano Dominicali. Very good. That's big stuff. A lot of good people into that. We also have a gentleman who called my election successfully. He said, and Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States.
Beautiful words. Where's Brett Bear?
His son is with Paul. He's a very good golfer, so is Brett. take your father easy and go stop him, huh? That was easy, right? Get ready, we'll do it again. Also, I want to thank your two great senators, Ashley Moody and Rick Scott. They had to go. I just left them. Believe it or not, I had a meeting with all the senators this morning. I gave them my vision because, frankly, it's always nice to have a vision. And they are two terrific senators, and they're in Washington working hard, and they were going to come. And I said, stay back and work on the things you're working on. They're working on really good things. And Ashley is
Join as a member and I'll do it, Jim.
the two great senators that you have right here in Florida, so that's really good.
You're fine, Jetty.
So stay back and watch. Together with many of the people here today, we achieved more in 9 months than most administrations achieved in 8 years. We've really done a lot. We inherited the worst border in history, and within a matter of weeks we turned it into the strongest border anywhere in the world, and they have some pretty strong borders. We have literally no people coming through. They do come in. They come in legally. You know, we want people to come in. We want to make it real easy for them to come in legally. For months in a row, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted into the United States. 0. They actually announced this is an official 0. Remember when Biden said, I have no control over the border. Millions of people pouring through, not people that you can look at it, not that we discriminate, you can look at it and say, these are not going to be perfect for our country. They were rough people that they elected. 11,888 murders, 50% of which murdered more than one people. We don't want them. We're getting a lot of them out. Hopefully we're going to soon have all of them the hell out of here. Either out of here or we have
Deport them.
Some are so dangerous, we don't want to bring them out. We have to just make sure they never come back in. But this is what they were putting in our country, and it's a disgrace. On day one, I signed an executive order to designate the drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Yeah. That's right.
Strong, positive number come out just recently. The drugs coming into our country are way down. I'll tell you where they're really way down.
Got that right, Corrosion.
They say, no thanks. I don't think I want to ride in that boat today. You want to take these drugs into the United States? You know what? I think I'll take a pass, sir. Drugs coming in by border, not much. Every boat that we hit kills, think of this, if it gets through, kills 25,000 Americans plus, but 25,000 Americans. Every time we hit a boat, we save 25,000 lives. Thousands and thousands of dangerous gang members, MS-13, Trent Rock, all these gang members, and they throw the hell out of our country. And if you look at Washington, D.C., it's now a safe community. We're in Memphis now, and within 2 weeks, all of a sudden, it's like a safe community. It's really made unbelievable progress. And we're blowing up cartel terrorists. We're blowing them up linked to the Maduro regime in Venezuela and others. Venezuela emptied their prisons into our country. Nobody wants that. They emptied their prisons into our country. We're liberating our cities from the scourge of violent crime, making our country safe and beautiful again. We're starting in our capital, Washington, D.C., which right now you can walk in the middle of Washington. You have no problem. 6 months ago, that wasn't the case. 1 year ago was a disaster. But law enforcement, our military has done an incredible job. It's a safe, very, very safe city. And it's been beautiful. We're putting new medians in, we're covering the roads with nice, clean, beautiful asphalt. We're redoing the grass in the parks. It's really becoming.
Yeah, they do, Jetty.
Get calls. Think of a call to the parents. Your son, sir, has been killed. You can't just see the Lincoln Memorial and he's dead. No, that's not happening anymore. We're running tough. We're very tough. Sometimes you have to be a little tough to get rid of these thugs. These are bad people. Bringing them the hell out of our country where they came from. We renamed the Department of Defense of Department of War.
Hell yeah.
If you think about it, after the Second World War, they changed it to defense. So we won the First World War, we won the Second World War, we won everything in between and everything before, never lost a war. We still don't lose wars, sometimes we don't fight to win. You know, we'll stay around the country for 15 years, just bomb the hell out of everybody, make everybody miserable. Nobody knows why we're there, the wars that never end. But we made it clear that the days of political correctness in our military, they're over. We don't want to get into wars. I rebuilt the military. We have the strongest military by far in the world. We make the best equipment, the best missiles, the best rockets, the best everything. We did our nuclear, we're the #1 nuclear power, which I hate to admit because it's so horrible. It's such a horrible situation in the West. We use Russia's second, China's a distant third, but they'll catch us within 4 or 5 years. They want to catch us, and they'll be able to catch us. Maybe we'll get the 3 of us to see if that works. But we have the strongest military anywhere in the world by far. We're investing $1 billion in the United States Armed Forces this year. It's the biggest amount we've ever invested. And the spirit of service members is soaring like never before. We used to have recruiting shortages a year ago. You remember, you couldn't get people to join our military all around the world. You couldn't get them to join. You just couldn't, no matter what you do. We were way short. Now you can't get into our military. The waiting list, you have waiting lists to get into our military because we have spirit in our country. They're all around the world. America's
Hey,
making
Kimberly.
peace, and we're really making peace through spirit.
Hey, Jenny.
Because they know they're not going to mess around with us. Nobody's going to mess around with us. You saw what happened. We made a deal with China last week. We made a deal with Japan last week. We made a deal with Malaysia. They helped us so much. All great economic deals. All great. Great for everybody. In 8 months, I ended wars, including Kosovo and Serbia. The Congo, Pakistan and India. You know, I was in the midst of the trade deal with both of them. And then I read on the front page of a certain newspaper, I said, oh, I'll mention the newspaper because it's usually fake news. But I heard they're going to war. 8 planes, 7 planes were shot down. And the 8th was really badly wounded. But 8 planes were shot down, essentially. I said, this is war. And they were going at it. And they're 2 nuclear nations. I said, I'm not going to make any trade deals with you guys unless you agree to peace. No way, this has nothing to do. I said, that's everything to do. Your nuclear power system. I'm not trading with you. We're not making any deals with you if you're at war with each other. A day later, I get a call. We made peace. They stopped.
That's our president.
Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, and Cambodia and Thailand. All of them were in war, starting wars. Some of the wars were 30 nations.
Give me a sound check, guys. And a visual check.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the United and have all my friends, including your family sitting out there, 158 leaders, some in beautiful silk white robes, others in bad shirts, bad ties, and some in beautiful shirts and ties. But they're all the leaders, 158 leaders. And they're saying, President, and I'm walking up to the President Donald J. Trump.
Thanks, Jetty.
Stone Cold Blank. They did it on purpose. And I think I gave my best speech. That's what I was talking about. Still wasn't a great feeling. I'm walking up there slowly, 20 feet up, and just let them up slowly. As I said, it did not work in the day. They did it on purpose. But it worked out okay. Not great people. Most important of all, from 4 weeks ago, and this is very important, we brokered the historic peace deal that ended the war in Gaza. And it's a serious end to, we don't have to be more. It's really, I hope it isn't, because otherwise I have to cross it off. I'll just say only ended 7. But that was a tough one, man. That was a tough one. But there's nothing tenuous about it. It's a serious end. Gaza has been a disaster for so many years, and I think it's an end. I think you can see some tremendous things happening. We just had a meeting just before I got up, and some great things are happening with Israel and peace in the Middle East. It's amazing, actually. And what you two guys are doing. On day one of my administration, I signed an executive order to slash federal funding for any school that pushes critical race theory or transgender and sexuality. We completely banned the chemical and surgical mutilation of our children. Imagine somebody 15 years ago saying we stopped the surgical mutilation of our children.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Stop the chemical mutilation of our children. Can you imagine? You would have said this guy's crazy. And now you're saying thank you very much because you know it's true. How about this one? You got men and women.
He's different, Napoleon. He's different in a good way, Napoleon. The Lord saved him.
Long distance is super. I don't know what the hell that race was. These all-day races. In the top women, the top men. The man won by 5 hours and 18 seconds. What the hell? How about the weightlifting? 218 pounds by a woman. That's a lot to lift over your head, Raymond. I don't know. You might be. 218 pounds.
He sure does,
That's a
Jenny.
record. A man beat the record by 100 pounds. He stood for like 17 years or something. A man beat the record by 100 pounds. He was a failed male weightlifter. But as a female, he did very well. It's a thing that said they put a quarter of an ounce and a quarter of an ounce of each. 18 years the record stood. Then a guy comes along. This is a crazy. These people are crazy. And Montgomery, whatever the hell his name is.
Boo.
Wonderful that men play the women's sports. The swimming's good too.
He's the funniest.
Records are being beaten by numbers that nobody's ever seen, nobody ever thought possible. But a lot of those records are being changed back to where they should be, and I made it the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male
And the crowd goes wild for 2 genders. That's insane.
William McKinley to Mount McKinley, the beautiful Alaska mountain I renamed. Think of that, they took the name of McKinley. He was a great president. He was assassinated.
Just 2, Jetty.
He was a great president for tariffs. He was the tariff king, and he made our company very rich. And then Teddy Roosevelt spent the money on the Panama Canal and many other things. And everyone thinks Teddy was a great president. He was. But the one who built all that money was McKinley. So we renamed the mountain back to Mount McKinley. Is that okay? I think so.
Yes,
And I'll tell you what,
it's okay.
the great state of Ohio. He was governor of Ohio. And became president. Did a great job. Made the country very rich. He was killed. His name. We put it back. I renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf
2 Jetty.
of America.
The Gulf of America. That's a great one. Jetty.
I used to say when I was it's called the Gulf of Mexico. It's mostly America. You know, all the way it wraps around Florida, all the way up. It's 92% of the shoreline. I said, I think to me it's the Gulf of America. Little did I know I'd have the chance to do it. I did it very quickly.
I love it.
For years, our country was run by radical scoundrels and far-left bureaucrats who created one catastrophe after another, wrecking our economy, erasing our borders, and surrendering America's power and standing all over the world. But after just 1 year since that glorious election, I'm thrilled to say that America is back.
Yes. Woo! Yeah. America's back.
In conclusion, jobs are returning, businesses are booming, and America is respected again. perhaps like never before.
That's right.
Expected again like never before. Left in our country. We had a guy who could walk up a flight of stairs, kept falling. It's very embarrassing. You go to Air Force One, I go, sir, would you like the short stairs or the long? He said, give me the long every single time. The short ones, they call them the children's stairs. I don't want the children's stairs. Doesn't look so good coming out of the children's stairs.
Oh, no.
Now, if the weather's bad, it's okay, right?
Yes. Don't fall.
But the communists, Marxists, socialists, and globalists had their chance, and they delivered nothing but disaster. And now let's see how a communist does in New York. Let's see how that works out. Well, we want New York to be successful. Well, for all of these families discredited and negative ideologies of the past, their day is over, their grip is broken, and their time is absolutely done. The golden age of America has begun, and we are just getting started.
Yeah. He does speak from the heart, Corrosion. Definitely. No teleprompter needed.
Steel mills of Pittsburgh to the oil wells of Houston, from the car plants of Detroit, and those car plants are pouring into our country. To the coal mines of West Virginia, those coal mines are opening up one after another.
I think it's required, Jetty.
You're not allowed to use the word coal unless you say in my administration, unless you use two words before it. Clean and beautiful. Biden said, unless you use two words before it, here you go, clean. And what happened to the other word? Remember those things? Say 3 words, and mean 2. But the West Virginia mines are doing unbelievable now. Wyoming is doing unbelievable. It's clean, beautiful coal. And from the bright lights of Las Vegas to right here in beautiful Miami, America is proud. America is confident. America is growing and successful. America is a great nation again. We're a great nation again. It's happened faster than I thought. To be honest, and respected by everybody. You see the way I get treated. I get treated that way. Yes, it has to do with me, but a lot has to do with the fact that I'm representing this country. America is respected again. America.
That's right.
The American dream is surging back to life, and we will never let the American dream die. Together we will make our country stronger, richer, safer, freer, and greater than ever before. And every day my administration will fight, and America will win.
Woo!
I want to thank you, Miami. I want to thank you.
Yeah. On your feet, people. Woo!
Oh, it's right, yeah. Get the video, please. Let it dance. Yeah.
That's our big, beautiful, strong President Trump dancing. Woohoo! Yeah! Yeah! Do the Trump dance. And the energy in this room is amazing, you guys. Woo! I'm glad you're here, Corrosion. And there is the real President Trump right there on my camera, breathing the same air as he is. There he goes. Bye, President Trump. Business Forum here in Miami, Florida. And you just saw President Trump live on the Beach Report. A lot of lights. It's time to stay at the YMCA. I know I'm demonetized now, but it's okay. It's dark in here. Anyway. Yeah, wild with those lights. Anyway, full crowd here. Everybody's breaking for lunch, so we're gonna take off. So I don't know what was going on with my feed. There were so few people on today. I was kind of surprised by that. So enjoy the replay, everybody. But finally, you get to see President Trump live on the Beach Report. I haven't seen him live in quite a while, so it's really great. All right, you guys, ciao for now.